What is going on, esteemed witnesses of the courtroom? This is the Croc to bring you a gold, silver, crystal, TGBDual, Wi-Fi OU battle versus Juan, aka Senior 1994. That's our Pokemon. So, on our last battle, we had an awesome match with Super 4 RNG, and today it's going to be an OU match versus Juan. Now, I showed you the Starmie on the screen to show the legality of the Starmie as it was questioned in this match. And with that, let's jump straight away into this trial. This one doesn't even get a team preview. This is a brand new team with a brand new strategy with a moveset that's illegal that has no bar on the match. I did not use it, so let's get straight away into it. Thundercat going to be leading Ron Delite, which is Zapdos, on Jolteon, and there is absolutely no effectiveness here for me. And I'm going to immediately switch out into Quagsire. Now, I'm thinking Juan, the way he is, he probably has HP Grass Jolteon just to be completely different. And Marowak's going to end up facing down Quagsire. Again, not a good matchup for me. I kind of want to set the Reflect up on this thing as I switch out into Ron Delite, as he's going to set up a Swords Dance. Meganium really not too scared, fearing the HP Bug. Going to switch back out into Zapdos to take that HP Bug. I'm going to set up a Reflect after the fact. I know that I could take a Rock Slide since it is unstabbed as long as I get Reflect up, which I am going to right here. I'm going to take it down all the way to the red, to the yellow of 81. 104 after leftover is going to allow me to switch back into Meganium. Now, my thought process here is going to go for the Rock Slide. He is going to miss, and I'm going to go for the counter as this HP Bug is going to take me to 183 right at half, which half times 2 is a full bar of HP, and down goes this Marowak, this huge threat, this huge physical threat to my entire team. He's going to go out into Dead Pussy because that's totally not an appropriate name. But this Gengar is going to be coming in here. It's probably going to be, I'm thinking it's going to be lead set Gengar with Fire Punch or Thunderbolt or Ice Punch and Hypnosis, as I'm just going to synthesis that off. Meganium is very bulky, and I can take non-stabbed attacks. And I think about setting up my light screen here, but I know he's probably just going to go straight away for the Fire Punch anyway. Just going to set the light screen up because I know I need to, as his Reflect is going to miss. Now, I would have gone for Leech Seed in that turn, breaking the illegality of the moveset, but since it was asleep, it will have no bar on the match because Leech Seed has not been revealed this entire game. Now, he's going to be switching out into his Snorlax. I know it's going to be Curselax as I switch out into Ron Delite. I know for the fact that I am not going to be able to deal with this thing effectively. I'm just going to have to go into Zapdos again and set up Reflect. I actually have a pretty good set check in this team for it. I did have the Meganium, of course, the Leech Seed being a moveset not available with the counter. The Leech Seed would help with the massive amount of HP with Snorlax, but I'm just going to go straight away for the Thunder. I do get that 3-hit KO possibility chance since I'm using Thunder as opposed to Thunderbolt. Going to crit straight away as he goes up for the Curse here. Now, the cool thing about this is I actually, like I said, I do have a check here, but it's going to reveal the Ice Beam. Now, I see the mixed Snorlax thing going on here, and I'm just perfectly okay with giving up my Zapdos because I'm going to switch out into Miltank. Now, Miltank would have Growl, but I am a noob, and I totally forgot to do my PP up, so 2 of my Pokemon are missing 2 of their moves, and I'm actually really scared at this point because I actually really do need that. But I have my Reflect up, so I'm going to go out into Machamp because I know a Cross Chop crit will finish this Lax off, and since I have the Reflect up for this turn and the next turn, it's pretty much my best option. Not going to crit this first time, and on the second time, because she has not revealed herself anytime at the beginning of the battle, Mother Teresa is going to come here and not allow me to hit this Cross Chop, and I'm going to get critical shotted by this Body Slam, and my 4-armed Machampion is going to have to go down, and I'm going to have to bring in Miltank once again. Now, what I'm thinking here is I need to get this Heal Bell off and get the Paralysis off of my Meganium because, as you guys have previously seen, my Meganium does have the counter. Now, I am going to get paralyzed and knocked down into 80 HP by this Body Slam, brought up again to 104 for the second time in this battle after the Body Slam turn and the Leftovers turn. And we're going to experience a lot of lag right here. He tried to blame it on me, but I do have a really good wired connection internet, those of you that have battled me. And I never have anything else open while I'm battling. So it's definitely not from my end. Amazingly enough, he lagged against another opponent, M-Force, so it's not just me feeling this. Now, the particulars here is I know I'm not going to take another body slam. I know I can't grow, but I'm actually going to outspeed on this turn even after the paralysis to get this milk drink off. The milk drink is kind of unnecessary knowing the body slam damage, but I believe it is enough to take me out, which it is, and I'm going to lose my milk tank. So really, really early, it's like a 5-3. As I'm going to go back out on the Ron Delite. Now he's at +4, and I almost cleared Leech Seed, but again, I didn't. Body Slam going to go all the way down to 39 and counter for the second time in the game, putting in the work and taking out this second massive physical threat, bringing a 4-3 game, as he's going to switch back out into this thing. Now, I know for the fact I could very easily switch out into my Starmie to take this Fire Punch, but I really feel like Meganium has put in more work than she previously was going to, and I'm just going to go straight away for the Psychic. I know it's not going to kill, and I know Thunderbolt's not going to kill. I'd have to get a max damage roll or already have Spike's damage down in order to have a chance to one-shot on switch in, but not going to happen. I'm at 142 after this turn of leftovers. Just going to continue on with the onslaught of the Psychics, as I know he's going to want to switch because he's not going to want to sack his Gengar, as he's just going to bring in Jolteon again, and that is perfectly fine by me because I can get a stab shot off on this thing. Now, I'm actually kind of nervous because I'm down pretty low here. He's just going to set up an Agility, and I'm thinking because he wasn't scared earlier, he probably is going to have the HP Grass Hole, and he is going to indeed have it. I'm going to take it all the way to 63 because it was a full HP. I was able to survive it. And I'm going to take this guy with an Earthquake. So that's another threat out of the way. And I now know that it's not going to be a baton passing team because it definitely could have been at this point seeing this Vaporeon and this Jolteon paired together. Now I'm going to switch out into Starmie again on this Hydro Pump. And basically what's going to start happening here is I'm going to see his last Pokemon being the Miltank. And the biggest problem with this Miltank, basically if he gets a Para, he's going to win this game because Gengar can come in and clean up and Thunderbolt Starmie. And of course it could easily take out my other Pokemon as well. But I'm not going to get the first chance on that Para. And I've just got to weigh the marbles here and see if I just want to continue with the Psychics or if I want to recover off the damage. I'm going to be at 36, 56 after this turn of leftovers. And I've just got to really weigh the options here, but the Psychic is going to be plenty enough to take it out. I was very nervous if he was going to take it out from that range, as he's going to go back out into this Vaporeon. Now, seeing a late game Vaporeon pretty much signifies it's going to be a growth Vaporeon, but that is not going to be the case here. I'm just going to see the Hidden Power, and I see it take it pretty well. I'm just kind of recover stalling for a minute. I want to see what else this thing has. It reveals Acid Armor, so I see Hydro Pump, Acid Armor, and HP of some sort. I can't signify if it's electric or grass. I feel like he brought this for Quagsire because Juan has been watching my battles, trying to plan against me forever, which is why I haven't really wanted to battle him. In fact, I hate to say this entire battle was pretty much something that he's been talking a lot of crap for 4 or 5 months about how I stopped playing 2nd gen because 6th gen, because this and that, and I was like, you know what, it's time to put you back in your place. I know how good I am, but I'm not better than anybody, and I don't really feel the need to try to prove that, except in this case, that some people just need to know their place and just stop, because it just ain't working. So I see the Hidden Power Bar crit just is not going to bring me over the halfway mark, so that is where I've got to come in and look at the opportunity that I have here to just recover off this damage. And I don't know what's funnier, the fact that he's drove me to the point that I'm just stalling everything he does, to the point that he calls out the illegitimacy of my moveset and the power points on my recover being 32. But what you guys need to remember is in the first 3 gens, Recover's base power points is 20. Therefore, 160% with a PP up or PP max or whichever will bring it up to 32. The only thing I could possibly be scared of is this a growth Vaporeon, because by now he's figured out I don't have Thunderbolt. So he's not really afraid. For some reason, I guess, you know, He doesn't have Thunderbolt. I've got HP. I'm good. But he has Recover. The only thing I'm trying to figure out is this thing's last move, because the only problem is if it's Rest, I'm a little scared because I have only Psychic to hit it as opposed to the the super effective Thunderbolt. And Quagsire certainly can't come in on any attack. In fact, Quagsire is pretty much useless because even if Gengar had Giga Drain, which I don't know, and it Hypnosis, Fire Punch, Thunderbolt, it could be Explosion, it could be a lot of things in that last slot. It's really, really hard to tell with Gengar's versatile move pool. So, Starmie's going to recover and recover and recover some more. And it's so funny, this entire time he's over here trash talking. I wish I would have screenshotted the window for you guys. You know, this is boring. I said, yeah, look at your Vaporeon specifically designed to counter my Quagsire. I mean, and I was like, will you just tell me if it's HP Grass or not so I can just bring in Quagsire and sweep you? I mean, but I don't have the Belly Drum Quag, I have the Curse Quag, so the Acid Armors would definitely matter when it comes to that defense boost. Usually, Acid Armor Vaporeon is paired with Growth to handle things really, really well. A lot of Vaporeons actually only run one attack, even if it's the Growth Vaporeon variant. But I'm just recover stalling, and I'm not really concerned about anything he could possibly do to me. Because bar a crit, I think even a crit and recover, I would still take it. So here, he just decides to sack his Gengar pretty much. I'm going to recover back up to full. And I've still got plenty of Psychics, because he's like, this stall shenanigan just ain't working out for me, buddy. And he's just going to sack his Gengar, and after the battle, he claims that he just gave the Gengar to me and stuff. And you know what? That's on you, man. You know, you decided to do that. So I was really scared earlier with this match, but he fell for the counter twice. I really had nothing outside of it to deal with it. I was actually really scared. But had I had my Growl Miltank, I could have stopped it cold in its tracks, and that was kind of my only concern. So here, I'm going for the Psychics. I need a special defense drop. He's kind of tried to bait me out with the Acid Armor. He's like, just bring in your Quagsire. I promise you I won't hurt it. And I was like, yeah, you're so funny. I'm not stupid. You have Acid Armor boost. I can take that really, really well. And he's just going to continue to go for the Hidden Powers. I think he's trying to psych me out as I only take 123 from that one. So a very minimal damage roll for my opponent there. As I'm just going to recover back up to full health. And again, like I said, I'm just trying to take this guy down. But he is going to reveal, I believe, on this very next turn. Am I correct in this notion as I go for the recover here? I think we have just a minute of lag there that I actually sped up. So I'm going to go for another recover as he actually does reveal his final move, which is the Rest. And at this point is bad dandy bandy because I really, really don't have much to hit this thing. With Acid Armors, I can't really bring in Quagsire and try to set up on it, even though I have the Resto Mint Berry. I've just really got to go for Psychics, and with special drops, I actually feel pretty confident with Surf because I would have that special drop kind of in my favor. But again, Mother Teresa relying on that to get that is just not going to work out. Usually, I don't have this much, I guess, fervor and need to prove myself in this battle, but this was a totally different match entirely, and he's just going to give up at this point and say that, you know, he lost and that he gave in the match, which is not the case. So that was a really great game. I felt like I needed to hold my place in that particular match. Like I said, when you trash talk for that long, you've either got to back it up or hold your ground. And I needed to hold my ground in that match because there were probably 4 to 5 people that requested me to put him in his place. I'm not going to be battling him anymore. That was pretty much the last battle with him just because of the fact. But it was a good game nevertheless, so you guys know the rules. Rate, comment, subscribe. Peace out, objection, and find the computer room, and peace.